on the 8th. Yeah, Sunday the 8th, 2024. Oh, blimey, don't time fly. Well, today you want to talk a little bit about, obviously, Trump, because it's just everywhere at the moment in the news. But also Brexit and buyer's remorse and how people are expecting to, get this, that, and the other, and it's all going to be hunky-dory. And unfortunately, they're going against your wishes. Whether you voted for Trump or for us, it being the Brexit or even the Labour Party. So many promises, yeah, which are turning out to be lies, that they are. Well, the thing is, I want to start with the first thing I want to start with is the fact that the United Kingdom had left the European Union back in 2016, and it's been an absolute, well, we voted for it in 2016, left it to, in 2021, but it's been an absolute disaster, and they were warned. The people were warned. So many of us said, this is a really bad idea, I ain't going to help anyone. So, and it clearly did not. Now, audio check. Well, get this, that, and the other. And yep, audio works. That's a good sign. I like it when the audio works. There you go. To get this, that, and the other, and to be able to have a better quality of life, a better lot in life. Ain't worked out like that, has it? Now there has been other consequences brought on by, obviously, the war in Ukraine and the pandemic and other crazy stuff that's been going on. But, a lot of this stuff could have been prevented, such as the Brexit. But we got it now, and we've got to deal with it. Unfortunately, there is no rejoining or joining anytime soon. Now, when you consider the European Union has just managed to negotiate a trade deal, and it's only took 25 years. 25 years. And it's because of a trade deal with the South American trade bloc, which amounts to about 780 million people. It is a massive trade bloc. Not trade blocking, trade block as in big block of countries as a trade block, obviously. Anyway, before I get into that, let's just have a look in the chat. Oh, let's change that to live chat. I'm using the wife's little computer at the moment. But my computer's gone loopy. I took it apart, my laptop, I took it apart. Actually, it was my son's laptop that he sold to me ages ago. Anyway, he had some bits and pieces replaced on. So it all of a sudden just stopped working. The screen went black. So I took it apart. I thought, hang on, there's screws missing and there's screws loose. The stupid idiots replaced some of the keys on the keyboard and also the battery. Left half the screws out. And some of them were just loose. They're just rattling around inside. So they might have something to do with it. So I think that might be cooked. Hey, nice one. Cheers out, my angry pagan. Good evening from a very windy Devon Badgers. Yes, it has been quite windy here in France as well, but we've got the tail end of it. So we've got dribs and drabs of that crazy wind that you've just had, But it's just like politicians, they're all full of flipping wind. They like to tell us what they think we want to hear, which is just really another lie, isn't it? Let's be honest. And the thing about lies, I was thinking about this earlier today. The thing about truth and lies, fake or faux, or truth and lies. The thing about truth is, you see, truth is expensive. Lies are cheap in more ways than one. See, the thing about lies is, you see, they can just be made up and just straight out of your head. It could be anything. Make it up, like Donald Trump does, like Elon Musk does, like Boris Johnson, Alexander Boris, Stephen Johnson, the blonde Boris mutant variant does. They're easy. Whereas truth takes either an education, it takes, unless it's personal, obviously, because then you just know, but if it's, say, for instance, you're talking about truth and history and stuff, well, you've got to learn history, or you've got to do your research, or, politics, whatever, you've got to do your research, you've got to be well read. It takes time. And if you are somebody like Donald Trump, who's probably written more books than he's actually read, ghostwriters and all that. Well, truth is expensive. And the thing about truth is it gets swamped in lies. Because lies are so easy and quick to produce and populate on these flipping platforms all over the place, all by Donald Trump and, right-wing parties, Nigel Farage and all that. They're so quick. Oh, I don't forget Elon Musk. They're so quick to create, to populate, especially if you own a platform yourself. The truth, well, it sinks to the bottom. And we're kind of just normalising enormity. What's the opposite of normalise? Abnormity? I don't know. We're just normalising madness. Stuff that we're normalising the lies and the mistruths and what have you. And they then become, well, in the minds of those who have the lack of thinking or who aren't well read, they become the truth. That's kind of what I think about it. It's just, it's deeply frustrating because a lot of this stuff we read online and the clickbait headlines, what have you, they're so quick and easy to debunk. You don't need to do a lot of research. And unfortunately, these people are so indoctrinated now and they've gone so far down that rabbit warren that they are impervious to truth. It's become tribal, they're in their own little sect of people that they trust. Our neighbour being one of them, our French neighbour, she's lovely, don't get me wrong, she's lovely and she's really good to us, what have you, and we do things for her. But she's just gone right down that old rabbit warren, She's gone to a place that, quite frankly, I don't think she'll ever come out of. She thinks Donald Trump is a decent geezer. She thinks X is a platform for freedom of speech. Well, yeah, okay, freedom of speech as long as you agree with Elon Musk. Otherwise, you get shadow banned. Everyone else is just lying as far as she's concerned. It's madness. Think about freedom of speech with the First Amendment in the United States. The things that's so misunderstood. It really is. I'm a Brit, and even I can read, I understand what it means. It basically means the government mustn't interfere with your freedom of expression. The government mustn't interfere with your freedom of expression. I don't mean to say you can say whatever you bloody well like. There could be, well, recourse for that in the sense of getting up in front of courts and what have you, being libelous. Hence, you're supposed to say allegedly. Oh, it's very frustrating. And I've got a dog here already. Come on then, boy. Do you want a treat, do you? Ah, Sebastian. Come on, boy. Well, what's here? There he is. Oh, look a bit closer. There, then. Oh, there he comes. Oh, you're getting closer. Oh, you got a nose. All right, that'll do. He's my little buddy at the moment. Since I lost my little Wally dog. My little Wally, his collar there. That's my little Wally's collar. I like to hold it. I know, I'm mad. But yeah, it is deeply frustrating, and it's just madness, absolute madness, and what's going on in the United States and what's going on everywhere else as well to come to that. And when you consider what's just been happening this weekend with the Notre Dame just being rebuilt and just had all the ceremonies, what have you, and it looks fantastic. The skills and the trades that must have been involved in that must have been immense, absolutely immense. But it's these people. Some have been trained on the job, but who was there? Donald Trump was invited. Elon Musk was about somewhere. I did see him, but but there they were. They were sitting all together, right? Biden was. He had prior engagements, so his wife attended. He didn't attend. So there was Emmanuel Macron sitting next to Donny Trump of Trumpton, and then we had Bridget Macron, Emmanuel Macron's wife. Apparently she's, if you listen to anything these flipping right-wing nut jobs say, apparently she's a man. But anyway, so she was sitting there separating Biden, Biden's wife, from Donald Trump, referee. But all this pact, it's like kissing the blinking ring, isn't it? Kissing the ring of a man who, quite frank, I know you got to keep your enemies closer and all that sort of stuff, but there are limits, aren't there? It's just like when Keir Starmer had dinner with David Lammy and Donald Trump. They were having their burger meal. Maybe it's McDonald's or whatever, in the Trump Tower. Where the morals go, I get all this. You got to, sleep with the enemy, but I just feel it looks bad. It really, really looks bad. And the same with what Emmanuel Macron has done, inviting Donald Trump. I know he was also there to negotiate between Trump and, like, a mediator between Trump and Zelensky. But that was a separate thing. It's like he's using one to justify the other. We're talking about Donald Trump, who has got his own flipping Bible with his name at the top of the Bible. All the other stuff doesn't matter, It's obviously it's all about him. Anyway, let's have a look in the chat. What about? Oh, crikey, here we got in the chat. Right. Let's quickly flick through. Alistair, hello there. I all in the chat. Ethan All and Joe Marrows. Hello, my buddy. We've got one. Oh, crikey, that's two. Got 3 spanners in the works already. Brilliant job. Hope you won't be too busy tonight. Hello, Doc Davies. Hope you're well. And a squirrely proper lifestyle. Made it. Hello all. Hello you. How you doing, Mr. Squirrely? Oh dear. And Daniel A. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Red Door, Sconfont. I thought that this was all going well in France. Oh, it's not horrendous. I haven't really noticed anything. We haven't got no chili John out at the moment. No. So, of course, there's problems. There's problems everywhere in the world. Crikey, the world's upside down at the minute. We have got our problems. We've got problems with the farming sector. We've got problems with the right wing. And, at least we don't have the Murdoch problem, We don't have that one. But, we do have Marine Le Pen. But she could end up getting banned from being a politician very soon anyway, due to the fraud and what have you. So, she might not be an issue. The party might still be, obviously, but she might not be. Billy Kershaw, hello there. Sabbath, oh yeah, Black Sabbath, Paranoid. I've been listening to music today because I've been starting some decorating in there. You see, I've ripped off some of my one wall of my computer desk, and I've put a first coat of paint on there. I've got to do what I've got to do on that. We ain't done it yet, you see. Vertigo, hello there. We have no way to. We have now way too many people making decisions that do not freaking understand effing economics. Yeah, like Elon Musk and his dogging, whatever they like to call that. Elon Musk with his dog, and there he is with that swammy geezer wanted to rip away $2 trillion in government spending from the compulsory spending, as in the civil service and all that, social security and stuff you can't really cut. So how's you going to do that? Just get rid of it, You have got Pete Hegseth, well, he wants to actually remove the VA healthcare from veterans in the US. That's what he wants. That's what he's advocated for. He wants to privatise it, basically. Privatise access to private healthcare, which completely end up dismantling the VA completely. The healthcare. So anyway, you know what they're like. They're lovely people, aren't they? Yeah. But hell, yeah, you guys and girls in the United States, you've got a very rocky ride ahead. Flipping hell, just if they do half the stuff that they're talking about, just the tariffs will be enough to screw you. Good evening. Yeah, just for that matter, I'm angry pig. If you want to get highlighted in the comments, make sure I see your comments and respond to. There's the super chat down below. Also helps the channel keep going, what have you as well, and helps me feed my dogs. And it does. Got Pandora in it now. Greetings and salutations, shorts people. My topo finger is a pizza. Okay. There we come. There we come. Hello, Enzo the God. I hope you're well. And Comic Politic. Bonsoir to the world. Hello to the world. Good day. Oh, good evening, sorry. The Orange Little Book. Oh. Propagate, not populate. It's kind of what Elon Musk is suggesting, that we all got to propagate. You're going to get jiggy with it. Apparently, according to Elon Musk, he reckons that South America is going extinct, Singapore's going extinct, everyone's going extinct. Yeah. He's doing his bit, obviously, to prevent extinction. Hopefully, they'll be a little bit nicer than what he is. I know that his now daughter is, so yeah. Apparently she's got this thing called the woke mind virus. I've never heard of it before. Yeah, but Elon Musk said it. She has, so quite frankly, it must be true. Oh, cool, nice one. Hey, Handsome Kid has gifted 5 All Shorts memberships. Oh, cheers, buddy. Nice one. The one you give him to. Who you give him to? I'll see in a minute, won't I? All right, there we come. I can't. Do you know what? I'd love to play music. Here, I don't even pronounce that, but please play Metallica Faster of Puppets. I wish I could play music on there, but I can't. It's called copyright. I've had enough strikes as it is, because I'm a naughty boy, you see. So, yeah. I'm not the Messiah. I'm a very naughty boy. I watched a Russian guy who left Russia, and he said it got scary on laws being passed. There's what's his name again? There's another Russian geezer who left Russia. I don't know where he's living now, but he's he was in Poland for a bit. Oh God, what's his name? He's quite popular. He's got quite a few subscribers, what have you. And he talks about obviously the war in Ukraine, what's going on in Russia, and what have you. But he can't go. He can't go there now, obviously, because he's ended up in the gulag. Like a lot of these people, they can't stay there because they're speaking out against Putin, and then they get underwear poisoned, wouldn't they? Not the poison, poison be put in the underwear like Novichok. Yeah. They got providence for that, haven't they? So he still fears someone might come for him in Europe. Yep, I'm not be surprised. We got people like flipping Nigel Farage and what have you singing Putin's praises, and you got these other guys having regular conversations with Putin and what have you. Yeah, he commits chemical warfare. These people that pretend to be patriots, they clearly ain't, are they? They're not patriots. Patriots don't have dinners with people who like to, poison citizens in your country. No. Or attack you digitally, because obviously the digital attacks on the United Kingdom have gone through the roof, and also in the United States as well, from China and Russia and various other places as well. So it's kind of a bit of a mess at the moment. And now the UK government is talking about some form of ID cards, a bit more complicated than that. It's kind of like an access card, to access to everything card. And we kind of got some similar sort of with our carte vitale here in France, which is just for our healthcare. Which it's not all your detail on the card or anything like that. The things we get to see what is stored on this regarding our health service here in France, which is quite good. All your correspondence, all your X-rays, blood tests, etc., etc. Lee Parrish, hello there. VA le faire futur are the only words Macron should say. Oh. Pete, careful with that axe, Eugene. Hegseth is not looking good after his SA police report was released. Yeah, that was released last week. Yeah, it doesn't look good, and he's got such a history. And so I did a video about it, actually. Also, trying to live stream last time. I can't remember that. Where he was, it's like where you used to work before. He put women in two categories, those who are willing to pay and those who are not. Candidates for sexual harassment and those who are not. And that sort of thing. He loved the geezer, and he, Peter Hegseth. Yeah, great guy. And they wants to remove the VA healthcare. Yes, and Nick Fuentes. Oh, crikey, I was going to talk about him as well. Nick Fuentes has got himself arrested because of what he did last week. Anyway, he just after Donald Trump won the election, sadly, and Nick Fuentes was, sticking all on social media. So they are then. It's your body, my choice, referring to women and what have you, because he's misogynist and he's got a bit of a reputation and a history with being rejected by women. He's kind of like an incel, He's which is like somebody who's doesn't have much in the way of sexual intercourse, but not by choice. That's Nick Fuentes. See, the boy he's 26 years old. Anyway, this horrible little lad. He's young man. He used to have a bit of, every time he used to speak to women and what have you, he struggled and then he'd poop himself. And obviously, it doesn't help with relationships. No, you can imagine the mess if they ever did get to sleep together. Crikey, a bit. Oh, blimey, diarrhea. Oh my God, it'd be horrible, wouldn't it? Whew. No one's going to want to do that, are they? Crikey. Anyway, he got arrested because he got doxed, which basically means that loads of people put his information online. And in this case, his house, where he lived, pictures of the house, and what have you. Anyway, a woman turned up and she was videoing the house, right? She's videoing the house. And somebody walked past. Why didn't you go knock on the door and speak to him? She said, okay, I will. So there she goes with her phone, and knocked on the door. And then as soon as he opened the door, he sprayed her in the face, right, with pepper spray, and then shoved her down the stairs. Well, obviously, it's all recorded. Anyway, he grabbed the phone off her and then smashed it on the concrete and that. And anyway, the video is still there. And it was given to the police. So the police have got it now. So anyway, it was either yesterday or the day before, they turned up at Nick Fuentes' house and they arrested him. He's released now. Until the court case, because it's what they call it. I don't know, like a misdemeanor GBH or something, whatever they call it. So he's on his own reconnaissance. So anyway, he's going to be in court. Whether or not he ends up inside, I don't know. For it, I suppose it's really going to depend. But the woman's decided that she wants to press charges. So Nick Fuentes, check him out. If you check some of his podcasts. Oh my God. But he has a following. What does it say about these people? What does it say about people who it's like I suppose, like Andrew Tate and people like him, and people who follow those guys. I like to be fair, I watch some Andrew Tate stuff just so I can ridicule them. Because I'll be a troll. Everyone else want to troll me. Why can't I troll them as well? Eh? So, Nick Fuentes has been arrested, which did tickle me pink, it did. And also, I would like to see, who else? Some other right-wing nut jobs, really. Oh, crikey, I've got that. What was that woman's name getting on Big Brother? What was her name? Who ended up, oh, God. All that ilk. Oh, crikey, I haven't watched any of her little clips for ages. She's a horrible person. Oh. One who invaded the United States during COVID. Gingers! Hello, Gingers. I hope you're well. I do hear Nick Fuentes has been arrested. Yeah, arrested. He'll get probed, he is. I hope he drops the soap in his showers. There's two of them in there. Maybe, yeah. Well, you never know, don't you? I bet the orange guy will pardon them. Oh, crikey. Well, we've got... Biden might be doing some prerequisite pardons for those who are standing up against Trump. There's still a possibility of that in bulk. It'll be the first that's ever done, So that would be rather funny, I must say. And well, something needs to be done because we've got Cash Patel, who's going to apparently, if he gets if he get passed, it'll be the FBI director. And that man is unbelievably horrendous, and he's already said that he wants to scoop these people up and arrest them and put them inside for crimes. What none of the crimes are, to be fair. What freedom of speech? Maybe it's that what it is. Yeah, it's a crime, you see. Green Library, hello there. Hope you're well. Swank the Monkey says, with some great comments after his arrest. Your body's Bubba's choice. Oh, wait, well, I haven't been online today. So this is the first I'm hearing. Yes, Nick Fuentes got arrested. He pepper sprayed somebody in the face and pushed them down the stairs. Anyway, the police turned up yesterday or the day before and arrested him. So, yeah, he's got a court date. So that is good news. We just need to get the rest of them now. Because he got doxxed, didn't he? He got doxxed. Basically, his details were given out online, including his pictures of his house and stuff, where he's living. But how does somebody like Nick Fuentes end up like that, How do he end up being such a nasty piece of work? Is it the fact that he pooped himself every time he spoke to a girl? Or is it something else? He's brought up in like the suburbs and what have you. Where was he again? Oh, anyway, he's had a fairly reasonable upbringing. Obviously, something's loose in his head. Clearly. Apparently the mother's all right, and the sister's all right. It's just him. It's horrid. Katie Hopkins, that's it. Thank you very much. That's the one I meant. Yeah, Katie Hopkins. I hope she's next. Maybe next time she goes to the United States, she'll get arrested for having a visa or anything, and COVID violations and stuff. Hey, JBT Online. Hello there. Oi, all for the gift membership. Just jumped up. Where'd it go? Oh, I didn't jump up. That's weird. Hey, he's a Devon woodworker. I'm a woodworker, my friend. I've got a woodworking channel called Wally Boy if you want to check it out. So, yeah, I ain't uploaded any. I did have a day upload something, actually, to be fair. But I've slowed down uploads at the moment because I've been a bit, I lost my mojo a little bit since my dog died. So I'm just trying to gather myself. So we'll get there and we'll be uploading again soon. And also we're sorting out our there's more work in the what we call the lab. There's a little back room that I've got all my lasers and stuff in, and I've now got a CNC machine, so that's pretty cool. Only a little one, but it's going to be fun. Spank the Monkey says this will make you laugh. Pig Sev's mum had to go on Fox News to defend her beloved little boy. Oh my God, really? It was that after Pig Sev's mother wrote a letter saying he's an arsehole, basically. So just, did they bring that up at all? Oh, God's sake. What the hell is going on in the United States? I know we've got problems in the United Kingdom, and obviously you've got Brexit, which is a complete and utter shit show. But this is absolute madness what's going on over there. It's just a roller coaster ride. We're just all heading to this, oh, crikey, like populist dictators. So, democracy sort of should be based on truth, and then you get these populist dictators is like based on what is that? Fair, really, isn't it? I suppose Yoda was right, wasn't he? Fair is fair leads to hate, and hate leads to the dark side. Oh dear, it's just nuts. The whole thing's flipping nuts. What's going on? So the thing about Nick Fuentes, he gets about, he's dined with Donald Trump at Mar-a-Lago with Kanye West as well. And to be fair, actually, just after this election, Donald Trump actually has been dining at Mar-a-Lago, the German right-wing leaders. The AfD, is it AfD? Yeah. Horrendous people, aren't they? Absolutely horrendous. The thing is, with all this going on and all this madness, the stuff that needs to be sorted to make people's lives better doesn't get done. Things get kind of, how to put it, missed. Like what's going on in China at the moment. The fact that China could potentially cost the US huge amount. What was it? What was it again? 300 billion over the next over the next decade regarding these minerals, the germanium and the gallium minerals that normally come from China. The next biggest export of them is Russia. Now, China's got like 90% of the exports of this gallium and germanium minerals are required, batteries and electronics and stuff like that. And they've banned the export of it to the United States. So now they've got to find other suppliers of this stuff, or Silicon Valley and all that. And unfortunately, where do you get it from? Is it going to be sort of like through proxies, just like Russia's doing regarding the US sanctions? Maybe. Yeah, it's 34 billion. So not 300 billion, it's 34 billion. Remember that? A decade is going to cost additional to the US. So, yeah, while all this is going on, you've got the threat of the BRICS countries and the possibility of a new currency, for which Donald Trump was threatening the other day. Well, I'll give you 100% or 200% tariffs. I don't care. Whatever tariffs they have, there'll be a lot of tariffs on the BRICS countries, China, what have you, and all the others in the BRICS. I can't remember who they are now. But anyway, the BRICS countries. And Russia. Could be a lot of differences. But yeah, these are 100 or 200% tariffs on. And there was an article actually I was reading earlier. It's a bit of a right-wing article. So making it out as though Donald Trump's tariff rate has stops them from considering this new tariff, and it hasn't. They just aren't talking about it at the moment. But it is on the cards. Not new tariff. I mean new currency. So yeah, I wonder if it's going to be Bitcoin or something. Oh, crikey, what's it? Oh, crikey, which country's doing Bitcoin at the moment? There you go. Put wood on the fire. Don't forget. Hello, Pandora. Do you know what? Another treat, do you? There you go. Might get you to jump up. Good girl. So, Donald Trump said he could actually stop the war in Ukraine in 24 hours, he said, didn't he? Obviously, that's only whether or not Zelensky and his government decides that they'll accept any deal. But the deal clear. It's what Vladimir Putin has pretty much saying what what he would consider, just wouldn't be on the cards for Zelensky. He'd want it demilitarized for a start, so they'd get rid of all munitions and arms, what have you. Guarantee there'll be no joining of NATO. It's just nuts. How can any government agree to that? Maybe it come to, I don't know, but have they already lost? Some people seem to think so, don't they? Russia seems to have endless means. I know they're using cannon fodder. It's a meat grinder over there, isn't it? Just shove the bodies in, and the more bodies and the more land Russia can take. It doesn't care. It doesn't care about the Russian people. And obviously, North Korea doesn't care about the Russian people, about their people either, do they? It's just going to flood it with soldiers. And then we've got what's going on with US Steel and that, which was something that, crikey, talk about buyer's regret. Unions that were supporting Donald Trump, and Donald Trump's not a unionist, as you know. He hates unions. Anyway, he has shown some lenience towards the unions during it was all scams, all just a ploy to get them on side. And many of them, union members, were voted for Donald Trump, and now he's just shoved them under the bus with this Nippon deal on the steel sector with American steel. A bit like what's going on in the United Kingdom with Tata, what happened there. The fact we're going to have these arc reactors. Okay, arc furnaces. Pandora, that's enough. Do you want a wee-wee? Is that what you want? No. You've always been outside anyway. Good girl. With these arc furnaces, what have you, electric arc furnaces, but they can't produce virgin steel. They can only recycle steel. So that's all right while you've actually got recycled steel to put in it, There'll always be a certain amount, but is there enough to meet the requirements? We're going to carry on importing and steel from China and India. It's nuts, And people are so deluded in the United States. Oh, when Donald Trump was in last time, he saved the steel industry by putting tariffs on imports. It didn't save it at all. It doesn't work like that. It's just like they're putting tariffs on the electric vehicles. It doesn't work. From China, what have you. Basically, all that happens is you end up losing your market. Because for instance, there's in the US, there's pretty much no BYD electric vehicles in the US at all because of 100% tariffs and just pretty much priced them out. So no one's going to buy them, are they? And you have a knock-on effect with that with the other manufacturers. I'm scratching my little dog. You can't see her, but she's just there. She likes a bum scratch, just above the tail, And her tongue goes in and out. It's really weird. She doesn't know. Now, what do you want, girl? Pandora. What do you want? I do love my dogs, I really do. Probably too much. There you go. So, oh dear. So that's what the poo could be. But well, it's be poo. But Donald Trump, he said it was on. Oh, actually today he just said that 400,000 soldiers have been lost in Ukraine, but it's not. It's about 370,000 have been wounded, which many of them have returned to service, and 43,000 have been lost. Which is obviously 43,000 too many, obviously. Which I hate to think what the parents are going through. But he's just manipulating. He just twists he creates new truths, in his mind, and spreads it with everybody else. But people believe him, which I find astounding. How can that actually? Why would people believe somebody like Donald Trump, a known liar? It's just like Boris Johnson, Nigel Farage. They're all known, and Elon Musk. They're just all known liars. Unbelievable, really. Now, Donald Trump has already appointed somebody to be the envoy for Ukraine and Russia. No, for Ukraine, sorry. Is it Keith Kellogg? I don't know if he does cornflakes or not. I don't know. Maybe he's related. But yeah, he's the army general. So he's apparently going to be doing that. So at least there's one person there is qualified to do the job. The rest of them ain't. Since when has Pete Hegseth been qualified to be Secretary of Defense? When has Kash Patel been qualified to be the FBI director, like the rest of them? And obviously Matt Gaetz, who just withdraws himself from it. None of these people are qualified to do that job. But look on the bright side. Marjorie Taylor Greene wasn't there. No. But then again, she does like to attend the occasional Nick Fuentes event that she does. does Marjorie Taylor Greene. The world's gone absolutely bonkers. It really has. I just find the whole thing absolutely crazy. So there we go. Let's go into chat. A lack of critical thinking. You're not wrong, one angry pagan. There ain't no critical thinking. That's like you got Brexit, you know. And also, was it back in 2013, 2014, whenever it was, when you had the the Scottish referendum. Some people decided to stay as a part of the United Kingdom. That's a lack of thinking, wasn't it? Oh dear! Look what's happening now. Scotland's been screwed over left, right, and centre. Doesn't get any better, no. But this is all done in like capitalism, really, isn't it? We're all like the serfs. And I was thinking about actually something about this actually earlier, and I do think sometimes. And I was thinking about something that my dear wife's grandmother used to say. She used to say, "Look after the pennies, and the pounds would look after themselves," which is very true. So I was thinking, hang on, what if we were us working people, us who are actually doing all the heavy lifting, we are the pennies, like the serfs, you know, we are the pennies. And those at the top there are the pounds, you know, they are the money. Well, if they looked after us, well, then they'd make more money. Plain and simple. Now, there are some business people who think like that. Now, there's a company in the United Kingdom called Richard Sounds, and he's put it in his will that, you know, as he's retiring, actually, I think he's already done it, actually, he's retiring, and he basically gave a load of shares to all the workers within Richard Sounds when he decided to retire. And he's the owner and CEO of Richard Sounds. Basically, sell music equipment and stuff, yeah. Which is the right thing to do. You know, the people who are at the bottom doing all the heavy lifting, they feel they're working for something not just to earn a wage, but something bigger than that. You know, and this idea like with capitalism, where we just stick all the money up there and maybe wait for a little bit to trickle back down again. You know, trickle down economy and all that, and it never does. Well, it does to a certain degree, but not to the degree it should. Instead, these people just hoard money. You know, that's why we've got these multi-billionaires. That's why we've got the Elon Musk. That's why we've got Jeff Bezos's and you know, that's why we've got all these extremely wealthy people. That's, you know, it's just that's what the problems with capitalism, isn't it? You know, I'd say I'm a bit of a light socialist. I'm not going to go as far as Marxism and stuff, but as far as those at the top, there should really be thinking about those at the bottom, and one supports the other, and they become they look after each other. It's a bit like the crocodile and the little bird, pecking their stuff out of the teeth away. You know, we all become part of the same machine instead of them up there and us with massive divide at the bottom. We need to spread the wealth. And it's getting more and more important now, because you can't keep sucking money out of the system and expect there to be enough to go around, because it's just not going to happen. We've got to a point now where there isn't no money. You know, the United States is scrambling for money, hence this dogging with Elon Musk and Swami Geezer, whatever his name is. And in the United Kingdom, so we're going to get rid of the bloke to go the civil service. We had a boring speech by Keir Starmer telling the voting public all his new criteria, his criteria and stuff. You know, his goals, his aims, and then criticising Whitehall and what they call the blob and all that. You know, it's kind of a bit like Jake Rees-Mogg. It'll sound a bit like, really, and it's if you read through the lines and look at some of the forums regarding that, where they chat to each other, so people work in these places. What they're saying is that it's not as though we're bloated, just we are bloated because there's too much to blink and do. And we've kind of done it to ourselves, especially with Brexit. You know, everything. There's so much more to do. Obviously, the trade deal's been ratified with other countries and all the legalisation, legal side around that, and picking holes out of it, what have you. The problem with these certain politicians, they seem to think, well, I want you to do this. Go and do it. It's not as simple as that. Whitehall can only do what's legal. You know, what actually works. And they might have to make the suggestion, well, we could do this, but we can't necessarily do that. The more times they come back with stupid crap, the more work they have to do and try and tell these politicians that they're talking to the crap. And all the politicians say, oh, I want to do this. If you're not letting us, well, then obviously you're part of the blob. You are the problem. Well, they're not the problem. They're just doing their job, you know? It is frustrating. It's really frustrating. If anything, we need more people in the civil service. Maybe split it up a little bit so it's actually isn't like one great big thing, and just break it down so it's more manageable. It's a bit like what we have here in France, you know. We have our little mairies, which basically are local councils. Every town has a council. There's tiny little towns, well, then there might be two councils. Two towns under one council. But generally speaking, there's one town, one council. And they look after all the verges. It's manageable. It's easy. And the people who live here are the ones who are making the decisions, which to me makes perfect sense, you know. Hello, Wolfgang Kahn. Hope you're well. Daniel, if he said 1 + 1 = 3, would say it's a fact. Yes. Old Trump would, wouldn't he? It's nuts. It's just nuts. Because they're stupid. And stupid is as stupid does. Quite many times I've said that in my videos recently. These people are just literally driving me absolutely insane. The stuff that they're saying, did you ever go to school? Have you ever learned anything? Why do you believe that tripe? It's madness. Absolute madness. They are stupid. I shouldn't say that really, but you know, if the shoe fits. Oh dear. Scrolling down. Hello, Danny Winks. He's very malleable. Oh, crikey. What would Heather say? Hello, Heather. Putin loves Trump because he knows he is stupid. Yeah. He's malleable. You're very, as well. So that's very true. The thing about Trump is he likes to be flattered. He wants to be flattered. You just got to say things that flatter him or make him think it's his idea. And then it's a good idea then, you see. Do you think Brexit turned out good for Britain? Do we really want to go there? No. Brexit is a disaster for Britain. It's lost its access to, 450 odd million people. There's only 500 million people with the United Kingdom as well. And it's a considerable economy. You know, it's like, the economy's worth around 17 trillion. It's a big economy. I think it's a bit more than that, actually. It's a very large economy that the UK is no longer part of, and we no longer got a seat at the table. And you know what they say: if you haven't got a seat at the table, you're on the menu, and that's pretty much what's happening. You know, we are begging for scraps. We've got no say, and there's stuff going on in the European Union that affects the United Kingdom, but we no longer have a say. Like on the 13th of December, the General Product Safety Regulation comes into play, which means anyone who wants to export from the UK into the EU now has to jump through hoops. There's a load of extra forms that fill in. You've got to have all this. You've got the exporters, who the exporters are, who made all that sort of stuff, which is okay. But if you're doing drop shipping or you're doing like splitting goods and stuff, it makes it very difficult. And also secondhand stuff. Sometimes you're selling stuff online that's secondhand, and you can't sell it because you don't know where it's come from or who made it or what have you. Oh dear, it is a mess, an absolute mess. There's so many reasons not to Brexit. And really, it should be considered as, and it is being considered as an example of what not to do. It was madness, absolute madness. The farmers are complaining left, right, and centre because of Brexit. Well, they're complaining because they're losing their subsidies. They've got all these new schemes in place which don't make up for the loss. They've now lost their access into the EU, free access, without any paperwork and stuff like that. Now they've got a huge amount of red tape to export meat products, what have you, from and also plant products from the UK into the EU. A lot of these markets are literally just shut down. The companies decided it ain't worth the light anymore. It's not worth the candle, and it's become very, very expensive and very, very difficult. Having to employ additional people just to do the additional paperwork. Well, that's out your profit margins because you can't charge anymore because you lost your market. You lose your market, so you price stuff out of the market. The live bivalve mollusk fishermen who no longer can export their mussels and oysters and what have you into the EU from. We're talking about this little, the small boats, what have you, that would import. Sorry, who would do the small catches, what have you. Then goes to the fishmongers, and the fishmongers now got to jump through hoops to get the stuff abroad. And regarding live bivalve mollusks, you can't because they can't get them depurated, which is basically like like have the pressure being basically circulated with water and what have you, clean them out. It has to be done in the EU. By the time it gets there, they're all too sick. Then basically start dying. So it doesn't work. It's a mess. Brexit is an absolute mess. Go back to the fishermen again. They've had to have all their boats to get the compensation. They've had to have the boats cut up. So there's no just, I know, the market looks good now. Let's start fishing again. They have to get a new boat. It costs an absolute fortune. So it's not going to happen. So these people are just handing down the trade, to their family, generation after generation, and it's just lost. But they voted for it, as a majority. Just like the farmers voted for Brexit as a majority, they thought they were going to get a better deal because that's what they were told. They were gullible. They listened to people who were lying to them. Unfortunately, the truth got swamped by lies, and like I said earlier in this stream, it ends up being at the bottom of the pile. The truth does. Because truth is expensive to produce the truth because you've got to have facts, and facts sometimes cost money or time and what have you to create good research and stuff, whereas lies can just be said just like that, be made up. So you get loads of them. Really easy to propagate by a load of people who don't really think things through. Now, many of us, including myself, has been saying for a good long time that is a really bad idea. It's rocking the boat. And we were on that boat, and now we fell off. And unfortunately, we're drowning in red tape now. And it isn't finished. Brexit isn't finished. There's still a lot of stuff happening that we no longer have a say in. And, we haven't even implemented the deal, the Trade and Cooperation Agreement with the EU. We haven't even implemented it in full yet. Because we're daring. Because of block all foodstuffs coming into the United Kingdom. And then when you consider what Trump is suggesting, tariffs on the US products, well, that is going to block foodstuffs coming into the United States. Then we'll grow our own. Well, overnight. It just ain't going to happen. There's a reason why you're buying stuff from Mexico and places like that. Is because it's cheaper. The wages are cheaper. Like any economists will tell you, if you want to invest in a country, you invest where the wages are low because generally speaking, they are growing economies. And China, for instance, its economy has been growing for decades. It just has 7-8%, whereas the US and the UK's and in the EU's economy has been rather sluggish for a very long time, and obviously China's economy is taken over. It won't be long before it'll be taking over the US's. And when you consider the amount of money they spend on their military and the technology they've got, it's very concerning. And the fact they've got all the mineral deposits, is very, very worrying. We have not thought things through. We just have not. We dropped the ball on this one. We seriously have. Elon, the dark MAGA, That's why he had a black MAGA hat on, didn't he? That's it, yeah. Hello, Dre Dreamer. Hope you're well. The Dogging Club and Margarine Taco Gristle is the latest member of the club. God's sake. Oh, dear. Yes, very true, comic politic. The communications department of the Labour Party must be run by a 3-year-old. Very true. They just haven't embraced social media at all. That's where reform is just literally just growing like crazy. And just like MAG and what have you, they did really well because of TikTok, social media. Obviously X. And the same with Nigel Farage. He's Nigel Fartage. He's been out there on his TikTok and stuff like that, constantly uploading videos, also on YouTube as well. Growing fast, he is. Occasionally does random videos in the back of a car and stuff like that. He's getting himself out there. It's a numbers game. And unfortunately, the Labour Party doesn't seem to get it. They're so controlled, trying to be so flipping controlled. They are losing out. They really are. And, they've only got to make, 15-second clips or something like that, just on the phone, just upload them, just saying the right things or pointing out stuff, but no, they don't. It doesn't make any sense. They seem to think all their videos have to be edited or, all these flashy things. Not this day and age. The trends have changed. All this Mr. Beast type video editing is all for the birds now. It's people who got bored of it. You're just another number on some paper. And how can I make more money off the workers? Yes. Serfs. Well, not in the United Kingdom, we've got this feudal system, But I think it's pretty much everywhere, to be honest, because in the day, it's just the little people working for those at the top, those with all the money. There's another thought, it's pretty much the same, really, just serfs and the lords and serfs. It's quite a shame that people don't stand up against it. France did, People didn't used to own houses or own property or anything like that. It was always the lords who owned all the property, wasn't it? And you rented from them, or you basically worked the farms for these lords and stuff. It's just how it was over the years, and luckily it's kind of disbanded somewhat. But we're going back there. No one can afford to buy anymore. Everyone's renting. House prices are going up again, according to the Halifax. I think it was Halifax. Yeah, it was Halifax. They were saying mortgages and what have you, and the house prices are increasing. Well, right up until the pandemic, house prices were like 15% growth every year. 15%. It's just priced themselves out the market. People can't, first-time buyers especially. How are they supposed to get on the run on a ladder? The house is not even worth that much money. It's just because people are willing to pay it because that's all that's available. It's madness. Something should be done about it, We need to go back to the 1930s where they start to take the money from the rich and start building like council houses, social housing and what have you, It's just the way we're living now, though, it makes no logical sense to me whatsoever because I think we've got to this precipice now where the rich have rode that magic flying carpet for so long, gathering all that big money and putting it in their counting house or golden goose or whatever you like to say, and it's now empty. Because it's the people at the bottom and the ones making them rich. We buy their shit. We pay for their services. So that's like down the bottom, paying, giving them all the money. Unless we rise up against and stop buying the crap, and other stuff we don't really need anyway, we're never actually going to deal with these people. It's like people keep telling me, like, I've come off Twitter, what have you. I don't want to go on anymore. Only to check my messages on there, but that's it. But there's people, I'm not going on there anymore and stuff. They are, watching the advertising. It keeps popping up. They keep going on, giving the platform more coverage. Luckily, more and more people are coming off there and going on to Blue Sky, which is a blessing. Because Blue Sky is a much better place, a much better platform. So, where are we then? Scrolling down. Joe says, Steve McGowan, asylum in Russia. Oh, crikey, what? That's a sad fled to Mar-a-Lago. Maybe. Yes, because you probably heard already that Syria has fallen to the rebels, and Assad is basically, he stepped down and run away. But his apparently his little black box stopped when the transponders stopped working, so we don't know where they were. Maybe. Oh, Putin didn't want to have any. Oh, right, I can't deal with him right now. I've got all this stuff going on in Ukraine. Maybe he sent a missile up and shot them down, like he did that general. Just guessing. Just put it out there. I don't know. Are the people of Syria at the frying pan into the fire? Who knows? Only time can tell. But there will be funny. That was pretty rough fry pan anyway, wasn't it? They had a terrible time. Yeah, Mar-a-Lago. What? Trump is a donkey, according to Lauren Jones. More than likely. Oh, as a goat sim. Oh dear. Dumpy is ramming Alonia, his new first lady. God, what? Scary thought. Poor girl. There we go. But they've all got guns. Oh, I know. That's the thing about it. Trying to invade the United States. I think that's they're going some of the rednecky type people. Don't say they're a little bit crazy, aren't they? Half of them can't aim probably. But everyone's got guns. They're already armed to the teeth, aren't they? So they're going to invade the United States is a bit unlikely. They're going to manage at Pearl Harbor with their torpedoes with wooden bits stuck to them. Danny Wick says, I watched a George Carlin thing yesterday, The American Dream, and he came up with that over 25 years ago, and now just the 15 years or so that have gotten there. Hang on, I must be slow. Sorry, I don't understand. Sorry, I'm misreading this. Let's go. I think I'm missing something there. Some state, a little hut on some land, $3.7 million. What? Yeah, a little hut on a bit of land somewhere, maybe. It's all getting a bit crazy, isn't it? Are you been busy? Are you? I think the poor spanners in the works there. They're a bit busy with trolls. All right, there we go. Yeah, leave them to talk to themselves. Oh, that you hid them. I love that. You can do that. Because sometimes I get crazy by going through the chat and what have you. Because I do check the chat. I mean the comments on the videos, and some of them can be not just horrible, but quite far right and what have you. And you either report them, what have you, or you hide them. But it's quite nice feeling to think that they're just talking to themselves. I think that's quite cool. Because no one else can see what they're writing, you see. Only them. Generation of guns in the United States, and they have more guns than people. Yeah, like 2.5 per person or something stupid, some crazy amount. Hello from Romania. Hello there, Romania. I hope you're well. a friend of ours used to live in Romania. Well, I'm from the States, and due to this deglobalization, and I'm diversifying my stock investment from the USA to other countries as well. It could be Bitcoin, is it? Where would you invest at the moment? Bitcoin's at 100,000 at the moment, isn't it? I ain't got no Bitcoin, so I wish I did. I wish I bought it about 10 years ago or something stupid. That'd be good. And just left it there. I don't speak English here in California, says Danny Weeks. What? You speak Californian? The generation of... Oh, damn, come. Well, you can hide people, but they see their chat come up. But they see it themselves, but they can't. I'm quite liberal with it. I don't actually do it unless it's really bad. Yeah, they just talk to themselves then. It's quite funny. The problem is a lot of trade is global now. Well, they said we have to understand that trade is global. And the idea we can be insular about it is ridiculous. Like, for instance, the tariffs and stuff. The tariffs are a useful tool. They really are. You know, if you apply tariffs in the right way, not the way Donald Trump is suggesting, but, you know, if you apply tariffs to, let's say, if you already made a product, I mentioned this before, actually, but if you already make a product and somebody's trying to import that same product into your country, it's a good idea to apply a tariff. So the imported goods don't price out the native goods, you know. So that makes sense. But the idea that you're going to apply those tariffs on you, as though it's a great idea, that can backfire on you, big time. Just wood in the fire. Wood. Oh, I've got wood. Put on my fire. There you go. I just wish this door opened the other way. So over that, I've got to rearrange my seat. Oh. How is inflation in the EU and the UK? Inflation is likely to go up in the UK and in the EU, but it's sort of stable at the moment. Whereas you got, like, for instance, Russia, for instance, is like 7-8% at the minute. That's horrendous, isn't it? You know, that's what happens when you invade countries, and a lot of this is down to recent sanctions. Sadly, but the inflation isn't the greatest problems in regards of currency. It doesn't help. Inflation isn't the problem as long as wages are going up to meet it. You know, product costs can just keep going up. It doesn't make any difference if you're earning more money. It's about what you can do with the money that's important, isn't it? Yeah, if Trump has threatened the BRICS countries, yeah, we're going to 100% tariffs on you if you have your own currency. It's still on the cards, you know, even though some people say it's not. But apparently it is still on the cards. It's still a consideration for the BRICS countries. But you see, the thing is, you see, if China or any of these, even Russia, they can really bugger up the US economy with the dollar, big time. All right. Yeah, 2% is healthy inflation. Provided you've got growth. The United Kingdom's got no growth, which is a major problem. If you've got no growth, but you've got inflation, people are getting poorer, basically, in real terms, because you can do less for your money, even though your wages are staying stagnant. Lauren Jones, addendum. The primary problem for about 3 decades right now is the low rate of how wages did rise. Yeah. See, the thing is, when you've got no growth, wages don't rise anyway. Because, like for instance, what we had back in when the Tories, what have you, with their austerity, pretty much froze civil service wages, what have you, and the NHS way, and all, but the forces and everyone's wages got frozen, and they haven't returned to normal. Hence, we have got the junior doctors were striking, what have you, the negotiate the deal with Labour, and what have you. Labour got criticised for it, blah 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 blah. End of the day, you can't have a how the hell are you supposed to have a working uh, social security, yes, health service if you don't pay the people, you know, a, a living wage, not just a living wage, but a decent wage. You do all that training for 6 odd years, and effectively you do anything wrong, and it's you who get blamed and end up going to court. It, you expect decent wage, yeah. No wonder they all go to Australia. Sun, sea, surfing. Vicar says, evening, my friend. I enjoyed a rare treat today and watched Cheapy News. I did as well, actually. Asher woman, whatever her name is. Oh my God. And Ben actually put some powder on her face. She's just all shiny and sweaty looking. And bags under her eyes. They go, oh, we're not a news site. Yeah. No? Okay. You're not a news site. Entertainment channel, apparently, is GB News. That's what they're registered as. But the fact is, they sign out by saying GB News, your news channel. I thought you said you were a news channel. Just nuts. Yeah, I bet you enjoyed that, Vicar. And they ticked off two of my predictions. They said all Syrian refugees should bugger off back home. They've probably made a life in the UK by now, haven't they? For themselves and jobs and stuff like that. Why are they going to return? They're not going to, are they? Not if they got visas or asylum. It's not likely they're going to return. Some people will, obviously, they've got family there, and maybe they want to be a part of rebuilding the place. Hopefully, hopefully the new regime, because they've got crikey in Syria, they've got a hell of a problem. They've got all these different beliefs and different religions and stuff, and it's all like kind of a bit of a mismatch going on there. So how the hell are they going to get through that one? I don't know. Just look how we've got Israel. Let's take the account. No. There we come. They decided to back dictators as their minds were stuck in between choosing Assad or backing the rebels. Well, considering Assad was quite happy to use chemical weapons on his people, I think really, I'm glad to see the back of them. And that was Russia again. They wanted to supply the bloody stuff. Tariffs only work to protect certain parts of the economy. Exactly right, Joe. In order to prepare them to export, but if you impose tariffs to others like Trump wants, there will be no market shares for US exports. Of course, you'll get tit for tat. It's bound to, isn't it? That's how it is. Austerity for everyone except politicians, royals, and business, and banking sector. And there they are, the royals. The king charges for every time a lifeboat goes out to save somebody. How immoral is that? They need to go. It's not going to happen, though. There we come. Oh, Joe, don't forget to upload yourself some more videos. Joe is very, very, very knowledgeable. He knows about shit, he does. There's no media in the UK. We'll say it again. The only mouthpieces to lobby groups. And Murdoch. Massive problem. I would have thought it was one of the first things the government would have done would impose some legislation regarding media companies to stop them spreading all this crap and stop them having too much control. You know, Murdoch with his News Corp, they've got things in so many different pies, and some of them they're on different sides of the flipping game, you know? It's just wrong. Most countries, including France, I don't know about the US, but in France, for instance, you can't own a media company like a newspaper, for instance, unless you are a citizen of France. Was it Warren Buffett? He made his money by voting against the dollar or something years and years ago. Made a huge amount of money, but he's such a prudent geezer. As far as billionaires are concerned, he's one of the few that I actually respect. He's driving around like a 10-year-old Cadillac. He's still living in his first house. And recently, he used to give like $10,000 to his family members every Christmas. Yeah, $10,000. And when he realised they were spending it too quickly, he stopped giving us $10,000 and started giving them shares, 10,000 in shares for each of his family members. And the idea was that he basically the shares were the ones that he just invested in. So companies he's about investing in, sectors he's investing in, he then give 10,000 in shares. And at first they were about, I'll come with the cash, you know. And when it come down to it, they're he's very frugal. He's Warren Buffett, and he's these shares they're literally growing like crazy, and they're making huge amounts of money. So they quite like it now. Sounds like a great gift to me. What the daughter says is basically that. What she says, whenever father. I think it's father, was it a nephew? Oh, anyway, whenever he gives us shares, we always invest more in that company because we know it's going to be a good investment. You know, he's about 93 now, Warren Buffett. People are ancient. Oh, dear. Save the rich from drowning. Donate today. Well, Ambles, says Joe. Oh, there was a guy, actually, Bobby Richardson. He was a multi-millionaire in Norfolk, and he owned like boatyards and holiday camps and things like that. Yeah, he's a very rich man. I don't know if he's about it anymore. He's probably gone by. He was really old at the time. But he used to always drive this really beat up old Vauxhall, you know, and he had a young wife, and that he used to live in Horning, in a house in Horning. But he was tight, really tight. You know, if he turned up on the boatyard and he'd be the one in the skips pulling out bits of plywood and stuff. You can't, because he shouldn't be wasting anything. It's really frugal. But I liked him. He was actually a really nice geezer, but tight ass, massive tight ass. That's why he's rich, I suppose. Andrew Evans said, Andrew is saying that Andrew Evans says that where are we? The mods are trumping the Trumpians. Oh dear. And I'm really glad about that. I have to admit, when I do these vertical streams, it is a lot of work for the mods, and I do really appreciate it. I really do. It's very nice of them to come over and do it, to be honest, isn't it? Take part in that. It's very good. And they're a good bunch. USA sells technology and defense to the EU, yes. So tariffs will cripple that. Large tech sectors back Democrats because, I see, So large tech sectors, but unless you're in Silicon Valley, flip now they're all nutcases. They're all going right wing. They have supporting Trump. Crazy. Probably because of Elon Musk, isn't it? Tariffs are also a tax on your domestic population. Of course they are. You know, and when you have a tit for tat tax, all you do is have this escalation. Everyone's trying to be on top, so it just goes on and on before you just price your stuff out of the market. Yeah, no one buys anything because they can't afford to. You know, you hold on to your car instead of changing it every year just because you want a new number plate. You don't have that in France because we don't do the number plate thing here in France. Yep, it will bugger everything up. Tariffs are a tax on the people. So what you really didn't understand is when you have commentators who did not even understand how tariffs work. Now, I was watching one where a right-wing commentator, a little video clip, little podcast, between a right-wing commentator, not nice enough lad, he seemed, and this, and his left one. Oh, crikey, was it Midas Touch? I can't remember one of them anyway. One of the channels I thought. Anyway, he was a guest on this program. So anyway, the host didn't. Yeah, the commentator. The host didn't actually understand how tariffs worked. He thought it was exactly what Trump said. That the people don't pay the tariffs, the companies pay the tariffs, but you clearly don't understand how tariffs work. So I obviously have no idea about imports, exports whatsoever. This is basic stuff. I find that it's just astounding how ignorant big swathes of the population are. The people who seem quite bright, and that they don't know this stuff. It's just basic, you know. So obviously, if you can put a tariff on, effectively, like you're saying, it's a tax, it's going to put the price up. How's it not? Even if the companies in the say for instance in China was paying the taxes themselves, it won't be. They'll be the exporters. Say if it was a Chinese company paying the tax themselves, of course they're going to put it on the cost of the product, aren't they? They're going to compensate. Why wouldn't they? It's crazy. Lauren Jones says you make videos informative and make them in an intelligent way, really. Not me. Oh, and fun. But I do try to make them fun. Life's too short, you know. It is. It really is too short and depressing. So it'd be nice to try and make it a little bit fun. I think sometimes it may take some of the emphasis off them, but it's kind of. Oh. I'm surprised you don't have more followers. Oh, yeah, bro, thank you very much. That's very kind of you, Lauren. It's not true, but thank you very much. The channel's been going for quite a while now, but it's I've had periods doing really well, and other periods have been really down in the dumps. But you know, I keep on going. You know, I've been this close to giving up so many times now, and I've sort of given up. I'm giving up now, I suppose. I just keep on going. But you know, it's like when people do the super chats and stuff like that. It really helps because I have to actually, the amount of time and effort I put into this and the researching. That's where you put all your time in. It's researching on these channels. You know, it's trying to learn stuff. You know, because you don't just know this, so you're not born with it in your brain, are you? It's because you read a lot about stuff because it's relevant to the channel. If I was just doing my woodworking, why would I need to know all this? I wouldn't, would I? Just like I suppose many of the people who voted for Trump. You know, the simple people just trying to get on with their lives, and they've foolishly gone in a direction that's gone against their own best interests. I still don't understand it, but you know, I still want to have some interest in what's going on around me and what's going on in the world. You know, it's a bit insular otherwise, isn't it? You know, it's like anything I say, what have you, like you know, anyone else, you all take it all with a pinch of salt, do your own research, and just check it out, and then at least you'll know who to believe. Because all I can promise you is I won't lie to you, because that's something I won't do. I've been lied to all my blooming life from family members, apart from my dear missus, because she's, you know, and my kids, you know, they're sounds a rock, but my brother-in-laws and stuff, yeah, but they're horrendous people. and you're just getting sick and tired of it. False promises and all that sort of stuff. And I just won't do it. The problem with a lie, apart from it just being a lie anyway, and it's a deceitful thing to do, is the fact that you always got to remember the lies, And as soon as people realise you're lying once, they're never going to believe you again. Unless you're Donald Trump, of course. They're not going to believe you again. I'd rather be able to sleep at night, knowing full well I haven't got to keep watching my flipping ass, watch what I say, and I might make mistakes occasionally. I made a video a while back and I made a mistake. So I did make a video saying I made a mistake the next day. So I will do things like that. And I'm learning all the time. And that's where the chat, what have you, and also the comments and the videos are so useful. Like for instance, like Joe on here, he leaves me nice big long comments and what have you. And I get all and your comments as well, Lauren. And I find them informative. And you get to understand other people's points of view, where why they even we've got like MAGA people, why they say they come up with that decision. Most of the time it's just silly, but sometimes you've got to listen to the stuff you disagree with. You just have to. Sometimes doing this game, sometimes I have to watch news channels I wouldn't really like JB News. I did today. It was hilarious. It was so ridiculous. Anyway, I like JB News and other right-wing outlets, and also right-wing pundits on YouTube and stuff like that. I'm not getting indoctrinated, but I can pretty much. I'm long enough in the tooth now to realise they're trying to flip and pull the wool over my eyes. So some people get taken in, But it's it's one of the things. I'm not gonna lie to you anyway. So there you are. Oh, there we come. Say something, Gary. Where are we? What I miss? I missed something. Too busy jabbering, weren't I? And I missed something. What am I like? What were you doing out at sea? What? One angry pagan? You were at sea? I've got my day skip and my yacht masters and my VHF radio license as well. I used to do a lot of sailing years ago. It doesn't cost the importer. It gets paid by the company importing it. Trump wants to apply 20 to 50% tariffs, so extra payments for the companies in the US, and they'll pass it down, yeah. And the remainder of these actors will have their profit added to the final price. Yeah, they'll be, let's say if it's 100% tariff, you'll end up paying 110 as well. There's a cost involved, Besides, there's a cost on the money. So wherever there's money being spent, especially if it's loaned money or it's backed by banks and what have you, there's a cost to that money. So that'll also be added. A lot of these transactions and what have you are done on money never really exchanges hands. It's just all done in loans and like guarantors and what have you. Oh, crikey, like the that steel company. It's backed by Credit Suisse. Oh. The scandal with David Cameron. I've got a name of it now. Oh dear. The BRICS currency will counter dollars. Watch. Cheaper Chinese technology will give options for EU to buy it without tariffs. Millions of dumpy voters. Yeah, if they do have new currency, that is going to be something to, like you say, it's going to be something we need to keep an eye on. It's going to be quite interesting because shit's going to hit the fan. It really is for that. Hello, Robert. Bonjour to you too. Or bonsoir. If you were a right-wing Trump or Brexit channel, you'd have 500,000 followers. Yeah, I know. But have you noticed that some of these right-wing channels have disappeared? Well, they're not uploading anything else at the moment. The job's been done, hasn't it? Their investors have disappeared. Don't we come. Steve McGowan. For me, watching anything right wing is pointless. It is all the same. It's comical sometimes. Though. As someone who majored in history, I know their playbook. I've studied Germany in the 1930s, as well as how fascists came to power. Yeah, win their confidence, build them roads, improve their economy, get voted in. David McGuinness, I hope you're well. Hope all is good in Scotland. Hoi, bro. Yes, got brothers. There's brothers in the chat. Sandy Bill, hello. Trump is trying the "you need us more than we need you." Hoping there's crap. Where have I heard that before? God. Hoping the supplier countries drop their prices and use it to deal with compliant bootlicker leaders. They all have to kiss the ring. Donald Trump's ring. But where's Starmer and all this? You know, he's had his little speech and told us all his big plan that he's pretty much said before. I don't know if he got through it at all because I was bored senseless. A lot of these people, even Nigel Farage, they've had training how to project themselves, you know, how to get the point across. Elon Musk he's obviously he didn't attend, you know. He's not Elon Musk. I mean, Keir Starmer. No, he hasn't. He's just soulless. I hope he does a good job because I want him to succeed, obviously, because we need some good news in the UK at the moment, and especially with everything that's going on with the right wing and what have you in the UK, giving them a hard time constantly. And don't mention any of the good stuff they've done. Just talk about all the bad stuff. You know, which seems a bit crazy. Rachel Reeves wants a new pudding bowl for Christmas to help with cutting her hair. Probably. It's better to hold a pick stick and not be loud. I hadn't heard that one before. It's interesting. Farage loves kissing and licking Trump's ring. Kissing and licking Trump's ring. What, the chocolate starfish? Oh, it's all chocolatey, it is. And nutty. The thing is, if Farage ever got into power, it would be a shit show. These people aren't actually capable of getting the job done. They really are not. They don't know. They can sing a good line, what have you, as far as they're concerned, to their base. But when you put them anywhere they're actually making decisions, they haven't got a bloody clue. Because quite frankly, the stuff is be funny. Look at the people they got. Ben Habib. What does he say about the people in the little boats coming over the channel? Yeah, let them drown. What? You know? As these right-wing nut jobs, just like the Nick Fuentes geezer. Well, what did he say? What was that again? He was talking about the Holocaust. He's a Holocaust denier. And he referred to the Holocaust as, cookies just been baked in the oven. This the mentality of these people. And remember this geezer, Nick Fuentes, he's there having dinner at Mar-a-Lago with Kanye West and Donald Trump. You know? If you sleep with the devil, might make baby devils. Oh, there is. My fingers are sometimes on autopilot. I'm still on autopilot. I'm meaning to go somewhere, and because I always go another way in the car, I'll end up going the way I normally go. Oh, God, I've got to turn around now. She said, I thought you won't go that way, she says, the missus. There we go. Right, okay, and what Trump will also create is that the ones willing to sell or buy from the US will be able to buy and sell cheaper because they will have control of the market. After people looked up what tariffs are, what is Project 25, 2025? Oh, crikey, I was reading through that last week. It is bizarre. I forgot half of it. It's pretty much basically breaking the state down to its core, then trying to rebuild it, no matter what the consequences are in the meantime. It don't matter if people don't get paid, for instance. It does to the people, but as far as they're concerned, that would. What a mess it'd be. It'd be horrendous. Canada's going to build a wall, and Dumpy's going to pay for it. Probably. Maybe not. Oh, Mexico didn't pay for that wall, did they? No. The people had to. That alone, the idea that you're just going to get rid of all the migrants, the undocumented migrants, the so-called illegals, that's going to cause inflation in itself in the US. All of a sudden, you're not going to have the workers to get the jobs done, get the work done, pick the food, mate. They got in their heads that American people will fill those jobs. They're waiting for those jobs. They're not. They don't want those jobs. Back-breaking jobs. Why do they ever think it was going to be a good idea? Just like the Brexit. Why did they think it was going to be a good idea? Why did people actually listen to them? It makes no sense whatsoever. They never did. It's just absolute madness. It really is. Right, there we go. There. All right, that one there. Just bear with a second. Oh dear. There we go. Oh, I've got to sign in. Blimey. Bear with me. My computer just went loopy. Oh, we're back. There we go. There we go. Aha. My God. How is this going to work in Syria? Right. Who controls Syria? The opposition is led by the Haiti Tahrir Sham. I can't say that. Local southwest opposition groups, Turkish-backed Syrian rebels, and Turkish military. The Syrian government, no longer. Kurdish-led forces, crikey. You figure Syria is an Al-Tant deconflictation. Oh, crikey. And there's some contested areas as well. But how the hell are they? What's going to happen in the US outposts as well, isn't there? There's a Russian base in Syria. What's going to happen to that? Are they going to get to keep that in Syria? After what happened to that, What did that become? So, oh, crikey. Apparently, America's just a parody now. Okay, base the top and back that they come. Oh my God, Donald Trump has got himself on eau de cologne there as well. It's just a one big scam, isn't it? So he's got his watches, the guitars, all this flipping crap he keeps selling. The NFTs, eau de cologne, champagne, wine, all sorts of stuff. It's just scamming people, isn't he? Bibles, don't forget the Bibles. Damn it, come. Right, there we go. Let's try about this. All right. Chat. There we go. Back in chat again. Oh, I got through my list of things I wanted to do today already. Blimey, I normally got stuff left over. I suppose I can find some more. Hello, Tories. Don't get tasered. Hope you well. For non-SNP members, something happened at the British and Irish Council. SNP members got an email on Saturday, a new independence campaign to be launched. Needs to be. It's just, you need to get out quick. You really do. All shorts, next video. British residents could be prevented from coming back into the country due to issues with the switch to e-visas, and campaigners for migrant rights have warned. Ooh, yeah, okay, I'll do that. That sounds interesting. All right, there we go. I've done that one. Starmer's 6 targets. Turn the tide, he says. Turn the tide. It's going all about milestones. That sound more like millstones to me. He's this is quite interesting. The France basically had a deal in Niger regarding uranium mines and what have you, but the Nigerian military, the rulers there, they've basically they pushed out the French from Niger. So in particularly the uranium mining and what have you. So this is a state nuclear company, Orano, announced that the junta, which deposed France's ally, President Mohamed Bazoum, in the coup in July 2023, had taken operational control of its local mining firm, Sumer, and the company's efforts to resume exports have for months been blocked by the regime, and it is being pushed into a final crisis. And the impact could be felt more widely, although Niger accounts for less than 5% of the uranium produced globally in 2022, and it's accounted for a quarter of the supply to nuclear power plants across Europe, especially in France. Now, France used to mine their own uranium, literally over there. Okay, there's a Lake Vassavere here, and there's not far from Lake Vassavere there were uranium mines, and they're shut down now. And it's all monitored and stuff. And there's a stream that goes into Lake Vassavere, and they have to monitor all, radioactive deposits that are entering into Lake Vassavere, because it's a leisure lake and people canoe and stuff like that. And it's the biggest lake in the region. Series lakes actually all linked together. It's quite beautiful, So yeah, that's obviously not very handy, considering France is a contributor of power, to the UK. Provides around 10% of the UK's national grid needs, and also to other countries as well. And they're talking about a cable that's going to be going over Spain from France. Also, France has got a lot of wind and a lot of solar. Solar going up everywhere at the moment. I tell you, everywhere. Not just on land, but these canopies. Emmanuel Macron made that law. I think it was last July or July before. No, it was last July. I think it was. What was it? July before? No, last year. July last year. He made that law that every supermarket, what have you, with over 80 car parking spaces, had to have 50% of the car parking covered in solar panels. And they're pretty much doing it. They're everywhere now. They're popping up all over the place. And as a mass, there's a lot of solar panels, a hell of a lot of electric in the grid, which is good because it's local supply, which is good. But then you obviously got the nuclear and what have you, which some of them have been decommissioned because they're getting too old. Also, some have to be shut down so that they reduce their output because of the water levels are too low, especially during the summer months when the temperatures are too high. They have to shut down the nuclear reactors to a certain degree. Slow them down so it's not heating up. It kills all the fish. You see, water temperature get too high, and it kills all the fish. So so with less output from the nuclear, so we get more and more relying on hydro. There's a lot of hydro here as well regarding the EDF, and it's state-owned now. You see, now what happened here is not last year. I think it was during the pandemic actually. Emmanuel Macron negotiated the. What happens is it's going to cost $9 billion to buy basically the other 50% of EDF and put back a whole lot back into state ownership. Well, then we just got inflation, didn't we, at the same time? But the time it all went through, it cost like $11 billion because of inflation. But anyway, it still went ahead and it's in state ownership. So it managed to keep the electric prices lower. And then we pay, I worked out literally based on our house here, how much we pay on our electric. Regarding the standard charges and stuff like that, all it basically did just looked at it and said, okay, these are how many units we used, and this is the total amount we paid. And I worked out against my son's bill in the UK, and we are literally paying just over half what you pay in the United Kingdom on electric. So much cheaper here on electric. It's still gone up a lot, but it's a lot cheaper than the United Kingdom regarding the total. I'm talking including taxes and everything. Plus, we've got our solar panels and stuff as well. You see that we do here, so that sort of keeps it down even lower, which makes a lot of sense. We've got the land to do it, so we just do it. All right, where are we? Right now, I don't even remember in the United Kingdom they were talking about. They tried to make WhatsApp and Signal, the encrypted messaging sites to provide a back door to the government. So they can just nip in every occasion and just see what's going on, regarding messages going across and whether or not they are terrorists or I don't know, whatever it might be, or somebody they want to keep an eye on. But these platforms basically said no, we can't do that. I'm not going to do it. And they haven't abided by it. So because it undermines the whole concept and the ethos of the platforms, encrypted messaging. So, they say if you open up a back door, well then you open up the whole lot because it can be hacked. And the EU they've talked about a similar sort of thing for quite a while now, but now they're basically EU proposal to scan all your WhatsApp chats is now back on the agenda. Which is absolute madness, because all that'll do is Signal and WhatsApp threatened, well, we'll just have to remove the platform from your country. That's all we can do. And when you consider government agencies, businesses maybe use the platform because it's encrypted, it's safer. It makes a lot of sense. And also in the United States, they've been putting out warnings today saying to people that you need to change your habits regarding your messenger because of all this hacking going on. Make sure you're using encrypted messaging services. So, oh dear, the world's gone bonkers. Where are we? Going. Oh, I'm so tired. I get really tired these days. I've recorded some videos, so I haven't put any on the last couple of days, so I will be uploading some videos soon. I'll do it after the stream. Where are we? There was something else I want to share with you, where Nigel Farage. Oh, there we are. I found it. Right, this was a little. As soon as it's come to light, but this was back in 2019, right? Now, Nigel Farage, he fled from a hit and run after basically his vehicle was chauffeur driven. It's a 4x4, it's a Pooh Range Rover or something like that. He crashed into a car carrying a little toddler. Nigel Farage didn't see if anyone was all right. He just scarpered. So, yeah, the toddler was rushed into hospital after Nigel Farage upped and left. And the scene of a head-on car crash has been claimed. Pub landlord Patrick Tranter, 38, said his 30-month-old son, George, were badly shaken and both taken to hospital following the smash. Patrick had been diagnosed with neck and shoulder injuries and possible whiplash. The dad of one slammed the Brexit party leader for what happened in the aftermath and said he didn't even bother to see if we were okay. That is the man that people are saying should be the next UK Prime Minister. Somebody who was scarper from a hit and run or an accident where a little kid has been injured. He's not a moral man. He certainly is not. He added that Farage could not possibly have failed to hear George's screams, but instead collected his bag from the boot of the car and vanished. What kind of man does that? A Trumpian type of man, I suppose. Now, Nigel Farage, though, he's been banned from the pub, because obviously he's a landlord, this guy was, after allegedly being involved in hit and run. Can you imagine? Oh, here's a guy, yeah. Can you imagine if it's your kid, you know? Possessed him. It wouldn't have made any difference to Nigel Farage. He wouldn't drive. It's a chauffeur-driven vehicle. He wasn't even driving. He should have just stayed. But no, he scarpered. Like, oh, it's not my responsibility. The guy's been paid by you. It was a Jaguar Series 3 Sovereign. And which head on with the Farage's chauffeur-driven Range Rover. They crashed into, and this was basically Titsy in Kent. Maybe he was on his way to get little binoculars out and look at the little boats coming across the channel, maybe. So, oh no, he was on his way to Question Time, which has been the 38th time now, isn't it? Question Time. Flipping hell. Yeah, Question Time in Northampton. And Patrick said that his vintage car has been written off as a result of the collision and has now barred Farage from the George and Dragon pub, which he owns. He said he lives 2 miles away and loves a pint, but he won't get one from me. Man of the people, my ass. Yeah. As far as I'm concerned, he's barred. Now, Farage has insisted he checked no one was hurt and claimed Patrick was abusive to him. He just kicked my kid. My God, look at that state of him. It's Farage. This is on the way to the question time. According to this, anyway. He added, once I had ascertained that everyone's okay, I made a discreet withdrawal from the situation. He's garbage, basically. I didn't think that me, with a rather well-known face, going into that situation would help anything or anybody. He admitted that he had visited George and the Dragon before, but added, if I'm banned, then it's not too terrible, is it? No concern whatsoever. No sorry, no nothing. And it's confirmed that they're not investigating any offences relating to the crash. Well, that's probably 50-50 anyway, isn't it, you know? It was a head-on. On his way to question time now, who would have thought the fat girl is on there so often? Yeah, I think it's at 38 times it's been on there now. He's on there again this Thursday, wasn't he? I haven't seen it yet, but yeah. Farage is a member of the Self-Preservation Society. A nice one, Ginny Bowl. Very good. Steve McGowan said, I always hear about the boats, but never see any video by amateur bloggers showing them. But media, when there's an accident, are there rarely any... how many boats are actually crossing? Now, it's interesting you say that because there was a caller who happened to be a fisherman in the area who phoned up James O'Brien's channel. This was earlier this year or last year. And he said there isn't that the amount of boats or the amount of people coming over. What they're saying, there isn't any way they could actually collect that many people to get them, all onto the lifeboat, onto the national lifeboats. Yeah. It does make you wonder if it is actually true. I believe it's happening, but not to. Hey, Marcus Biggs fan. Cheers, buddy. I'm amazing. You're amazing too, my friend. I hope you're not working in that thick and wind. Blimey. That must be horrendous over there. The last time I worked in the UK in wind like you had yesterday, that was when I was training, doing my electrical installation training for Lacey Electrical when it existed in the UK. And it was 1980 something, 88, I was like, 88, 87, where we had those really high winds. Anyway, they sent me up. I only started my training, I was only young, didn't work them long. I had to go up a flipping ladder in that wind to get a sign down for this flipping Chinese restaurant that was literally about to blow all the perspex out of this sign. There's a lit sign, you see. And that was a danger to life, it was. Well, quite frankly, no one was out there. Everyone's in their houses or in their workplaces. Like flipping so windy, dangerous. And on the way to work, I was in a Morris Minor, right? My sister's Morris Minor. This was this little saloon, little blue Morris Minor saloon that I restored for her. And we're going down Barrack Street, and they were building a place called Standard Place at the time, which is like a big office block place. And there's all scaffolds right outside, and scaffold balls were flying off this flipping thing. And it just landed right in front of us, and we literally had to drive over these scaffold boards. That had gone straight through the blooming roof. Like shattered in front of us. Those spinners. Thanks, Mark Speaks fan. Much appreciated, friend. Oh, you are amazing, says Joe. If I watch Question Time, I need a new TV after it. Sounds like a plan. You bash the thing up, I suppose. Oh, dear. Yeah, thank you. People should not be afraid of their governments. Exactly. The governments are working for you, by the way. Yeah, they're not the other way around. Governments should be afraid of the people. Vendetta. Brilliant film. That's right, though. Oh, yeah, Cara Knightley. Are you like a crazy person? No, that's very true, Sarah. It's not a democracy, then, is it? If you've been ruled by fair, it's not a democracy. It's a populist dictatorship, isn't it? Yeah, a bit like policing. It's just supposed to be policing by consent. It's the same with governing. You should be governed by consent. You give them the consent when you give them your vote. Unless you're in Scotland, that is. David McGuinness and Man Monk. Oh, and Anston. Oh, dear me. Nice finals. That little yeah. I've been having a bit of a play about. I've been on a metal day today. Yeah. I've been playing. Oh, and can you remember these? Green Slade. Have that for an old one. Oh, I've got. That's not metal, I know, but I got some Cypress Hill. Got some Cypress Hill, didn't you? Oh, dear me. Oh, it's not metal, I know, but it's rock. I got some Credence. I got some Revival. Yeah, Clearwater Revival. Up you go. I was working out in the weather. Oh no, it wasn't that bad though. Ireland got it worse. Oh, okay. Is it Northern Ireland? Is it because they can't import anything from England from the 13th of December because of the general product safety regulations? I think we had a bit of a tail end of it. They've been a bit windy today. Not too bad. The UK is qualified as a partial democracy and has been called an oligarchy often. Well, you think people like Elon Musk is an oligarch, isn't he? Well, he's South African, isn't he? He's an illegal. Yeah, you flip and watch yourself these places with that window, flipping things are blown on the head. I didn't miss that. I didn't miss a brick or the brick tile where the tires left them on the ridge, but ready to do the slips underneath the ridge tile, and a high wind, and they blew all these little slips off the roof. And I was working at down the bottom. I was rubbing the joints on the damper course, up to the damper course, and there was little slips of tiles come blowing down, and now luckily I was partially underneath the scaffold, so I got most of it. I banned Maiden after the Bruce Dickinson interview. I know. Me and a lot of EU ex-fans, but the Who as well, I got the Who up there as well. It's quite disappointing. I like the Who. That's got a erector for me a bit. Yeah, I know, Dor. There you go. You get to know what these people really like. It's just like Elon Musk, isn't it? He starts Dor. He starts all this sort of crap and he's got all right-wing nut job. And is it the drugs? No, I think it's probably always been like that, but he's hasn't been open about it. He's horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Indie Truck Davey says, all shorts, none is out there. You've not seen the trucks on their side. Oh, bloody hell. Say again. All shorts. No one is out there. Have you seen the trucks on the sides? No, I haven't actually yet. I've been a bit busy today trying to sort this space out, and also in my other room as well. People demand their goods, and they get. They demand their goods to get through, no matter the weather. Obviously, if you're talking about supermarkets, do you get penalties if they're not delivered on time? Do you get penalties in the industry? While the storm of 87, 88 was going on, I was listening to James Whale. No, what? Don't do it. Who said, "Soft Southerners afraid of wind." Such a God's sake. People died in that wind, Trees landing on people's cars and stuff like that. James Whale. Isn't he retiring though, James? Well, I think he's retiring, isn't he? I think he's got health issues. He's probably got a coronary or something. You know, yeah, he's not healthy, is he? They're going all right at the moment, to be honest. There we come. Trump was always a secret racist. His parents were not so secret racists. When you think about it, even his grandfather was involved in a KKK rally, probably lynching people and stuff. Yeah, they're not good people. No. And apparently there was no love in that family either. They didn't know what love was. Do you know what I mean? There was no it was always seen as a sign of weakness. There's no compassion there. So it's no wonder Trump is the way he is. Hiding. Yeah, I've got some Sex Pistols up there as well. I've got some original Sex Pistols. Yeah, Johnny the liar lied. And he's a flipping Tory, isn't he? I'll buy a Farage a pint. Fat old. What fat old as. Okay, okay, we'll say that. Oh yeah, I used to have a radio station years ago. I was with my brother-in-law, who was a bit of a rip-off merchant. We used to play all unsigned music, and it was getting a bit of a deal. Yeah, but, you know, we would deals with Oxfam, Virgin Records. Shame for Girls played on our radio station first. It's not just an online radio station, but we were on Sky Radio as well. Cost absolutely fortunate. But we basically it was mainly all unsigned music. Leona Lewis. Who else was there? I've actually probably got all the demos up there, you know. Big old crate of demos. Well, a couple of crates of demos, actually. The good ones. There's loads of there's loads of bands and what have you that played on our station. And some who were signed and then they weren't. Because they were a bit naughty. Love Gods and things like that. So they were brilliant, they were. Yes. Dora. I've already given you treats. You don't any more treats. That's enough. That's my dog, by the way. But yeah, that was an interesting thing to do. Basically, what we used to do is we had an offices in Salhouse and Norfolk. We would broadcast our stream to London, Kingston Media in London, where the uplink was for the satellite. And basically, I made built a server in there. It's like a piggyback server thing. Anyway, built a server in there with pull-out drives. So occasionally we'd drive down. If we wanted a mass changeover, we'd drive down there and actually swap the drives over. Because a lot of it was on replay. Then we had shows and that as well. So, but most of the time we were literally streaming live from the studios back in about 2002 it was. 2003, something like that. Anyway, about that sort of time. And we managed to sell franchises of the same idea into the United States and that as well. So that was quite good. But the problem was my brother-in-law was a liar and a cheat and a rip-off merchant. And he seemed to think he can just rip off the bands. And at that point, I said, no, I don't want nothing to do with this anymore. Because he was just getting... He wrote it all into contracts and basically just tied up the band, trying to tie the bands up, by the kajibas. I thought, this was the whole project was supposed to be about. It's about, a bit like you build it and they will come. And once you've got a platform, you've got something you can either sell advertising on or something like that, to pay for the whole project. Plus, obviously makes money. But yeah, he's greedy. Greedy as hell. I think he missed the point. He really missed the point. And how it all started. Because at the end of the day, it was an unsigned radio station. It's never going to be like the GDPR group or anything like that. What not GDPR. Like global radio and stuff like that. It's never going to be anything like that. But it was interesting, and then we put on a lot of gigs and stuff as well. Bands and stuff. And just we had people coming from all over the place, but you couldn't do that now, could you? Because of Brexit. We had bands coming from Germany, we had them from Scandinavia and Russia even. So it was, it was fun. It really was fun. But it's not good. It's dead now. It's gone now. It's because my brother-in-law didn't understand. what it was really about. Greed, basically, greed. My partner likes records instead of digital media because she said it makes her listen to the entire album instead of just a song. That's a good point. Also, it's a different sound. If you've got a reasonable data, this thing's old. I've had that for donkey's years. And that's second hand when I bought it. It's about the 1960s AWR deck. It's not the best deck in the world, but it's okay. It does a good job. But I do have good speakers. I've got Cabas speakers, and they are decent. And it's a good way to kind of chill from all this madness. You know, music's great. It's a great healer, isn't it? You know, because there's so much stuff going on at the moment, and it stresses the hell out of you. Sometimes you think, crikey, what the hell next is going to happen? How's it going to affect us? How's it going to affect your family? What more inflation? Is this going to happen? This is going to happen? And you can, because obviously you're absorbing it all the while, you can overthink it. And sometimes you just need to. And music is a great healer with that. I wish I could, meditate. I don't think I can meditate. You've got to pretend you're hugging a tree or something. I don't get it. Out of body experience. I don't know. Something like that. I did make Caroline a Ouija board. She with a laser. With a little thing. Call up the spirits of that. Oh, no. All the Fugees. I brought and made an album once, Peace of Mind. Yeah, it was okay. I also bought Earth, Wind and Fire. I liked everything. I've got Earth, Wind and Fire here. Got a few of them actually. Hang on, what have I missed? Joe said, I can't stand liars and hypocrites. Me neither. I'm just sick of them. Absolutely sick of them. That's why I can't do the channel. Just sort of mock them. It's when people say one thing and they either mean another, or you find a little bit later down the line they just contradict what they just said. And the same with lies. Not remembering the lies, not remembering the lies, and you can't go through life like that. You just can't. You're just constantly having to watch your bloody your arse all the time. And the problem with these people, they don't remember the stuff they've said in the past. It doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. What's up, Dora? You could be that looked for, huh? She said she's expecting something at the moment. I don't know what, but she's expecting something. I'm not getting any more trees. You had enough. Sorry, she's funny. There we go. Yeah, digital is almost always compressed. Yeah. Compressed is basically you're chucking away information. So basically, the bit in between, they get rid of it. And it relies on the software to be able to fill that space. A bit like interpolation when you on images and stuff, when you make them bigger and effectively makes an assumption of what's in between the pixels. It's not great. No. Do you think the USA will remain a sole superpower? No, I think China. China's taken over. Or at least the BRIC countries will be, unfortunately. It'll still be a superpower, but it's not going to be the superpower. I don't think so. I think we're seeing the start of the downturn. It's been going on for some while actually. They haven't done what's needed to be done to protect themselves, and we have embraced China to a degree where it's against our best interests. It really is, and we've allowed them basically to make everything that we need, supply everything that we need, and it's not just a case of, oh yeah, let's just start producing this stuff, because you can't, because you haven't got the minerals, you haven't got the materials, you haven't got the copper, it's all this stuff that we haven't got and we need, and China's tied it all up in contracts with all these countries in Africa and and all that. If you're talking about like Commonwealth countries or countries we've got deals with, like for instance France, France is being pushed out. The United Kingdom is being pushed out of the Commonwealth. It's all very well for these nutters to say to us, "Oh, we'll just trade with the Commonwealth." The Commonwealth isn't interested in us. It's a joke, you know. Most of them want to get rid of, any have nothing to do with the monarchy whatsoever. And what does they do? The king goes over there and does a little parade, and they run around with the Hawaiian things around their necks and stuff like that. Flowers around their necks and stuff, and that's it. What a load of crap that is. They're not interested in all that shit. They really aren't. They're not monarchists. It's just we were the invaders. But now getting pushed out. All these countries, they're getting stronger and stronger and stronger. They're not embracing more, the BRIC countries, China, Russia, and guarding the African countries. They're very much embracing Russia. We're getting their protection from Russia and also China. We are getting pushed out. The West is becoming pushed out and getting weaker. And our economy is struggling, not just as a result of that, but as a result of lots of things. But a lot of it is the fact that we haven't kept our eyes on the ball, and we just we don't need to say it, but we've embraced it. China would not be what it is today if it wasn't for us. It wouldn't. Because we want cheap goods, we want cheap food, we want cheap this, we want cheap that. And I understand that. But people want to pay more than they have to. But it's a catch-22 situation. You think that if we were producing half of the stuff ourselves, maybe people would be earning more money. And then you wouldn't need to cheap this and cheap that. Because you have more money to pay, the right price. You go to these other countries like Switzerland, places like that, that's not cheap. It's expensive over there. Pretty much everything, including food. Pandora, that's enough. She's gone loopy down there. Hey, calm down. Anyway, I just check the chat one more time, and then I'm going to call it at night. Well, thank you, Marcus, for speaking that out loud. What about China? But I think it's just the truth, isn't it? That's how I feel about it. It's just, I don't think the West is in a very good place at the moment, and I think we've got our head in the sands. I really do. I think we're drowning in self-importance, so we don't want to accept the truth. Just don't. I think we're frightened of it, actually. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe we're frightened of it. Fear leads to hate, and hate leads to the dark side. Yeah, cheers, everybody. Yes. Okay, really appreciate everybody for joining us here tonight. It's been quite a nice little chat and that, and do appreciate it. And I'll do it again sometime in the very, very near future. It's tomorrow, Monday, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day, I don't know. We'll see. I think the spanners in the works have enough of me. And obviously, let's give a big hand out to the spanners in the works, the moderators. So really do appreciate yours much, very much indeed. So, so farewell, everybody, and have a lovely week, and keep yourselves safe, and don't get any wind. Smelly. Ooh, blimey, yeah. Toodaloo.